Arrangement of selected favorites from Out of My Mind and Back to My Senses and the Haiku of the Day blog. rfhay333.gather.com by Rich Hay. Poem subtitle: The object of life is to find out who I am before time runs out. Runner-up titles: Out of My Mind and Back to My Sense of Being Consciously Aware. What is truth? The one that sets you free. Super strength truth in easy to swallow capsule form. Thinking myself to death. Standard book inscription: May the words on these pages serve to reflect and reveal the truth written in your heart. Part 1 from Om. Defining haiku. Poetic glimpses into the divine nature of being aware. 1,000 haiku, all reflecting different facets of one truth. Smart bombs to target deeply embedded patterns of self-centered thought. Top favorites: A Fatal Case of Mistaken Identity, This Being Human. Thinking of myself in relative terms, I am subject to objects. Centered in the one, abiding in the balance, mindful of the light. Being here and now, still and silent as I am, one with the Father. This holy instant, awareness knows sensation. Consciousness is born. Old school. Playful old puppies. She frolics, he gently paws. Love in furry coats. Ambulance passing. Lights flashing in the night. Life in the balance. Waiting here at the Motor Vehicle Bureau, practicing patience. My soulful anguish, midwife to divine glory, cosmic labor pains. Tangled up in thought, a stranger in a far land, subject to nightmares. A basement cricket, competing with my daydreams. Who is more alive? Liquor store bottle, easing with forgetfulness, my soul-sick sorrow. Slowly drifting off, thought and feeling pass away, practicing my death. Auger of desire, sharp cutting edge of despair, bursting into light. Mind. The human mind is a mental house divided by relative thought. Narrowed focus and shifts in attention create double-mindedness. Form-fixated mind loses sight and sense of the field of awareness. Thinking causes one to burn mental moth holes in the present moment. Relative thinking involves minding this to the exclusion of that. Minding this to the exclusion of that creates double-mindedness. Mechanisms of perception project their own relative limits. Self-referential states of mind project their own relative limits. Subject to mental myopia, I lose sight of the big picture. Thinking of others instead of yourself is how to stop suffering. Reintegrating relative perspectives is a divine calling. God. The question is not whether there is a God, but who's playing the role. Only an outlaw suffers under the law, an in-law fulfills it. Faith in doctrine is worshiping conceptual graven images. Any God that is other than I am can't be an absolute one. Relativity implies an absolute state underlying all. Believing I am separate from God is the original sin. To be separate from an absolute God is an oxymoron. Being consciously aware as I am is the Son of God in all. Thought into being as the knowledge I am is the absolute one. To love my brother as myself, I must realize he and I are one. To know I am and just be that is the headstone the builders reject. Empty of self-thought, I am the Holy Grail through which the Father flows. Jesus died to save us all from our delusion of self-existence. Salvation is from identification with relative matters. Life. Misidentify yourself, and life is a tale told by an idiot. Self-identified with relative states of mind, I forget being. Seeing life from a subject-object perspective is double-minded. Life is the degree to which one is consciously aware of being. Attention paid to being consciously aware pays big dividends. Worshipping the past, projecting a future, and missing the moment. Haiku of the Day blog. Attention. When I look into that which is looking, I see myself as I am. Is there a face on your end of perception, or only aware space? Attention resting in the source of the next thought is open to grace. Attention focused on the source of the next thought is a gateless gate. Being present and aware as I am takes no personal effort. Being present and aware is fundamental to everything else. Is your attention on what you really are, or a mental story? Consciousness. Mind depends on the thought process to exist, while consciousness does not. What do you know that does not arise as a state of your consciousness? How can what you see be other than a state of your own consciousness? Consciousness is a vibratory state of the awareness you are. The gap between one thought and another is the consciousness you are. Consciousness is all there is, and you are that, is what the sages say. Let attention rest in the conscious space between impulse and action. God, too,